Well, I don't think this will come to a shock to most people who watch programs like this, or Clyde, or Sunshine Baby, is that, yeah, most of Canadians think the Liberal government and Justin Trudeau should step aside.
New polling done exclusively for Global News by Ipsos shows Pierre Poilievre's Conservatives holding a comfortable lead, while a majority of Canadians think it is time for Trudeau to step aside.
The NDP government have got roughly 22% of the vote, whereas Justin Trudeau has got 24%. Poilievre is way out in front with he's just miles ahead, absolutely miles ahead. 40%. He's gone. Is in the dust. He's gone. But do you think the split between Liberal and NDP is the demise of Liberal? Because NDP have every now and again leapfrogged the Liberals into second place.
Yeah, well, if they were running as the same party, they'd be in great shape. The problem is that they're splitting as parties right now, and both of them have different regional strengths. But when you look at where the Liberals are today, at 24, keep in mind, and your listeners and viewers need to keep in mind, that Justin Trudeau beat Stephen Harper and won a comfortable majority back in 2015, beating him by only 10. He's 8 points, Pierre Poilievre is 8 points better than that right now. So that's how bad it is at the moment for the Liberal Party of Canada.
Wow. So the Conservatives are not 10 points, not 15 points. They're like 18 points ahead. And that's, like you said, the Liberals won a comfortable majority with 10 points ahead of Harper, and now Poilievre is 18 points at this time. No wonder Trudeau's going around saying, "Oh, Canadians aren't ready to vote." More like Liberals aren't ready for Canadians to vote.
Extremely significant for the Conservatives because they're winning with the big shift strategy, which is essentially winning Western Canada and winning the suburbs of the major cities. But this time around, different from Stephen Harper back in 2011, the last time the Conservatives won a majority, is that they're actually doing reasonably well in the province of Quebec. But the Conservatives don't need to do that well in the province of Quebec because the Bloc Québécois is well ahead and the Liberal Party is well down. And what the Liberals lack in this data is a place to build from. They're not leading in any region. They may be doing a bit better in places like cities, but they're just down across the board.
So the guy from Ipsos, the poll place, continues to explain why or whether or not Trudeau should step down from the Liberal government, or should he carry on and maybe run the government into no-party status, which is what we want him to do. We want him to stay on and run the Liberals into no-party status. We want him to be there with when the Liberal Party is broken down into nothing. That would just be icing on the cake for a Conservative majority.
Yeah, it's about 2/3 of voters who say that he should step aside. But here's the most important number in this, as far as I'm concerned. It's buried a little deeper in the analysis. This includes 1/3 of Liberals. So if only 24% say that they're going to vote Liberal if there's an election held today, that's only about 16% think they would vote Liberal and also want Justin Trudeau to stay.
So previously, the younger people, the younger voters, have been voting for Poilievre and voting Conservative, and now the Liberal government are trying to push that young vote by saying everything's fair, everything should come to the young people, we should take money from the rich people and give it to the young people. But what do the polls say about where the young vote is going in 2024, 2025?
Yeah, it is holding, but the other thing that we're starting to see roll up now is that the NDP seems to be doing better among younger voters as well. So the Liberals are, and interestingly enough, of that 24%, tends to do better among older voters than they do among younger voters, actually among the oldest voters. And the NDP and the Conservatives are competing well for younger voters. And middle-class voters, middle-aged voters, those people are overwhelmingly going to the Conservatives. So, just as the Liberals lack a geographic base, they also lack a demographic base too.
So then that begs the question, where does this leave Justin Trudeau and his leadership of the Liberal Party? Do we think that he needs to step down to make the party better again for the Liberals? Or is there just no coming back for them at all? they've got until 2025 October to sort this mess out. And even if they did get rid of Trudeau, is the damage already done? What did the polls say about that?
Well, what you're seeing right now, I mean, that's the big card that any party can play in order to change their electoral prospects. There's really nothing else that they can do other than to hope that the other side is going to destroy itself. And at the moment, it doesn't seem to be happening for the Conservatives, and it hasn't happened since they've elected Pierre Poilievre as their leader. So really, that's something that if people are worried about the Liberal Party prospects in the next election, they really have to have on the table and be considering. How long does it take in this era of modern technology? It could be a relatively quick process. But you could see a situation in which the leader resigns sometime this summer and they have a new leader by the time we roll into the fall.
Well, from the comments that I see on my videos and from the comments and from what I hear from other YouTube channels is that maybe, just maybe, Justin Trudeau's ego is a little bit too big for him to step aside from the Liberal government, and he will most likely go down with the ship. Anyway, till next time.